So, like a football game or something.
The huddle. Now, folks, we're saying the huddle, not the cuddle. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Financial Survival, sponsored by Discount
I hate
Gold.
rejection.
Discount Gold and Silver Trading, 1-800-375-4188. I'm Melody Cedarstrom. And hey, today is Wednesday, the 21st of October, 2009. And again, thank you for joining us this afternoon. It's a great day, beautiful day. It's hard to believe we had 9 inches of snow last week, but up over 70 today. Skies are blue, no chemtrails. How much better can it get?
Global warming.
Yeah, at your best. 800-375-4188. Visit our website at discountgoldandsilvertrading.net. Discountgoldandsilvertrading.net. Make sure you spell out that AND, and don't forget it's .net. And it's a great website. You can listen to the programs there. And, of course, if you're just beginning to get into gold and silver, it's not too late for you. I hear that time and time again. Is gold too high for me to get into these prices? Is it too high for me to get into the gold market? And, of course,
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And I hear it time and time again.
I heard it a couple of times in emails the last couple of days,
yep.
And I sent scathing letters back. I'm telling you, people just don't get it. And they listen to this crap out there. 96% of the experts have been wrong. And we've been right. Doesn't anybody get it when they listen? Go ahead, Melody.
I mean, all you have to do is look to the fundamentals of what's underneath gold. I mean, look at what these countries are saying. Look what China, look what Russia, look what they're all saying about the dollar and about the U.S. and our inability to finance our debt. So it's not too late, folks. 800-375-41. And hey, if you have questions today, give us an email at discountgoldandsilver@yahoo.com. discountgoldandsilver@yahoo.com. We need a few questions to come in.
Wait a minute. I got some 2 elongated ones, and I got 2 short ones.
I got a lot of them, but they changed my... Yahoo just changed this thing in the middle of the day, and it's just like, just leave it alone. I don't know why people like change. Anyway, it's a good thing we had change today in gold. We saw some change in gold. It was up right now $3 at $1,058.70. But we did have a high of $1,065, close to $1,066. We have silver up 16 pennies at $17.68. We have platinum up 9 at $13.67. And we also have palladium up 2 at $341. So a pretty good day in the gold prices. And U.S. dollar.
Well, I might tell you that in the December markets, which are now still trading in will for, I guess, another almost an hour, gold's up 20 cents and silver's up 10. And this is typical of the United States government. They'll come in and soften it, and then when the access market comes on, what they'll do is they'll belt it, hit it, and take it down $4 or $5 gold on like $100,000 worth of buying or selling, and that's the pattern that they've been into. I'll tell you, when all is said and done, and this whole thing gets exposed, these people are going to get tried for treason. I'm telling you.
And for anyone who just is their first day of listening to the program, that was Robert Chapman of the International Forecaster, in which he joins us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we do appreciate him. And you know what, Bob? You have been able to help so many people understand what's going on in the markets, give them a fresh understanding of how things work. And I don't think, and I don't mean to get a syrupy here, but I do programs with you, with Alfred is Ask, Wendy Wilson. I have my shows with Dr. Stan, and there isn't a better group of people, and there's a lot of support behind these programs. WBCQ, First Amendment Radio, you have WWCR, and we have our little bleeps and our little blurps and our little snafus every now and then, but everyone does a pretty great job, and I do appreciate it. Good afternoon, Bob.
Good afternoon, my child.
How are you today?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. It's always busy. And I think we rather covered gold and silver here. The government's trying like mad to keep it down. They're trying to keep the market up or make it go higher. They're totally controlling the bond market. Goodness knows the hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars that are being wasted artificially keeping the bond, the stock market up, and gold and silver and commodities down. They must have thousands of people working at this because, it's really a monumental task to cover all those markets and then allocate funds. I would guess that they're probably using $2, $3, $4 trillion a day. Now, they do go in and out of the market, so some of the same funds are used tomorrow that are used today or next week or whatever. But it's your money.
Yep.
The tax dollars, the American citizens, if they're doing that under the color of law called an executive order. And I'll tell you, when this thing really hits the fan, that's the first thing that's going. No more executive orders. Amendment to the Constitution. No more lobbying. No more campaign contributions. Candidates will be funded by the government and everybody will get the same amount of money and they can campaign 2 months before the election and that's it.
That sounds pretty good.
Well, maybe I should run for office.
Well, maybe.
Maybe they need some septuagenarians like Ron Paul and I.
There you go. There's your ticket.
Okay, let's go to the questions here. I got a short one here from Caroline. Hello to the golden geese of the radio universe. Well, that's a new one.
Golden geese?
And he's, yes, golden geese. You and I are gooses. How you like that? These are Canadians, and we thank
we
them.
We don't lay eggs, do we?
Well, maybe you do, but I don't. I'm a male. Anyway, with that dispense with.
Right along.
They say that when gold experts start talking about a new paradigm in the gold market, investors should read cautiously. One reason would be if currency movements go against gold prices. They're speaking about the UK investors. But should Canadian investors already present in the gold market fear negative effects from the rise of the Canadian dollar, and to what extent? That's question one. There's two of them. The Canadian dollar is going to progressively get stronger against the U.S. dollar. And there's a whole bunch of other currencies it's kind of hold its own with. It might go down a little against the Swiss franc. It should do okay against the euro. The rest of the currencies in the world, I would think the Canadian dollar might gain a little, maybe a lot against some of them. And that's okay. So Canadians shouldn't be fearful of that. It's good to be in Canadian dollars rather than U.S. dollars or maybe some other currencies. But the Canadian dollar and all other currencies, over time, will go down against gold. Gold and silver is the only game in town. And I know you have to run a business, and I know you have to have living expenses paid for, and you can't run up there with a sovereign and tell them you want to pay your electric bill, at least at this current time. And so you have to have something. And that's why I tell people, most of the listeners are in the United States, to have $5,000 in small bills at home, only have enough money in the bank to write checks for the next few months on the bills that you have. And business don't have more than 6 months deposits. Keep the rest of the money in gold. Number two, compare the spike in the market in the 80s, narrating some article, to the actual market. I don't quite know what that means. Well, the market went down until 84. The market in gold in 84 and 5 went up. So I can't really. No, they sent an article and I didn't pull it, and I